Hey everyone, it's the Yankee Down Under here, coming at you with another Marvel Champions playthrough episode. This one will be round 4, game 1 of the Marvel Champions Solo League. This week we have Doctor Strange choosing either aggression, protection, leadership, or justice, going on against expert wrecking crew. So I'm choosing aggression, so this will be Doctor Strange aggression. I really like Doctor Strange. He's one of my he's a very good hero. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you will agree that he can be a monster. So let's take a look at Stephen Strange, the alter ego. He has a recovery of 3. He's a mystic, and Stephen Strange begins the game with the invocation deck, which is that, and has the natural talent action to discard the top card of the invocation deck. And once per phase, he has a hand set of 6 with 10 hit points. This is going to be a challenge for me. I don't play expert, so we'll see how this goes, but it'll probably go south very quickly for me. And so we'll start with images of icons of one cost event. We get to confuse the villain and remove 4 threat from the scheme, and then place this card in the invocation deck discard pile. Let's take a look at our villains. First off, Wrecker is 18 hit points, 3 scheme, 3 attack. When Wrecker schemes, you're going to place threat on the side scheme instead of the main scheme. And then when Wrecker's attacking, he gets +2 attack if the attack is undefended. His side scheme is Day of Reckoning. Comes in with 6 threat. And it's a hard hitter as a force response. So after threat is placed here, if there is 10 or more threat here, you're going to deal 2 damage to each friendly character. And remove all but 3 threat from the scheme. Then we got Thunderball. He comes in with 16 hit points. He has 3 scheme, 2 attack. When Thunderball schemes, you're going to place the threat in his side scheme instead of the main scheme. And has a Gamma Blast force response after threat is placed here. If there is 10 or more threat here, you're going to stun each friendly character, remove all but 3 threat from the scheme. And that comes in with 5 threat. Bulldozer, he has 15 hit points. He has 2 scheme, 3 attack. When Bulldozer schemes, you're going to place the threat on his side scheme instead of the main scheme. As a force interrupt, when Bulldozer attacks, it gains overkill. Clear the road is his side scheme, comes in with 4 threat. And charge force response after threat is placed here. If there's 10 or more threat here, each player must discard the top 10 cards of your deck, remove all but 3 threat from the scheme. And then last but not least, we have Pile Driver. Comes with 14 hit points, 2 scheme, 3 attack. Retaliate 1, so whenever he gets attacked, he's going to deal damage back to the attacker. And then when Pile Driver schemes, you're going to place threat on his side scheme instead of the main scheme. His side scheme's piled on, it comes in with 3 threat. And as the Pile Drive force response, after threat is placed here, if there is 10 or more threat here, each player discards the upgrade or support they control with the highest cost. Remove all but 3 threat from the side scheme. And with all the side schemes, they cannot leave play while their villain is in play. So you can get any side scheme down to 0, but if the villain's still in play with their side scheme, then it's not going anywhere. So let's go ahead and look at the scenario, which is Breakout. So we're playing a version B of Wrecking Crew. So there's all their card decks are all shuffled up. We're going to put the side schemes in play. We've all done that. Active counters are on record. So Breakout is a threat threshold of 6. Has a force response at the step 1 in the villain phase. Place 1 threat on each side scheme, and then move the active counter to the villain whose scheme has the most threat. And if there's a tie, then the first player chooses. And the stage is complete, and then players lose the game. It comes in with 0 threat. Increases by 1 at the beginning of the villain phase. A lot of people don't like this scenario. I don't mind it because it's a bit different. There's no obligations to worry about. There's no standard cards, no expert cards, so there's no advance. There's no shadows of the past to deal with. So we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and we'll get Master of the Mystic Arts. Then we'll get Protective Ward, Wong, Spiritual Meditation, Cloak of Levitation, and Press the Advantage. We don't see anything in Mulligan. They're all pretty good cards to start with. So let's go ahead and play Spiritual Meditation. It's a 0 cost event. We play only if our enemy has the Mystic trait. So we draw 2 cards and then we discard 1 from our hand. So we'll draw a Tomb Build Exercise and Relentless Assault. We'll just get rid of Relentless Assault. That's not going to do us any good. There's no means in the play. So let's flip over to Doctor Strange. He is 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. He's a Avenger Mystic and it's a spell mastery action. So he's Zealous Doctor Strange and pay the cost of the top card of the invocation deck. Resolve the special ability on that card. Such tough choices to choose from here. Spend 1 to play Master of the Mystic Arts, so it's a 1 cost event. It's a hero action. We pay the printed cost of the top card of the invocation deck, resolve the special ability, and then place it back on top of the invocation deck face up. So image of icon, so we pay 1, and then we confuse the villain and remove 4 threat from the scheme. So we confuse the villain. When it says the villain, it's always going to be the active villain in this scenario, and then remove 4 threat from a scheme. Put that down to 2. We can put that down to 1. We can get that to 0. We get that to 0. Which one should we choose? Probably this one. It says the most on it. So this will go down to 2. Let's pay. So this is all Doctor Strange. Actually, choices to do with this, man. We can press the advantage to do 2 damage, draw a card. We can just hold on Protective Ward in case something bad happens, or we can play Cloak of Levitation. And let's do 1. Play press the advantage to deal 2 damage to an enemy. So we'll do 2 direct. 2 direct. He's confused, so we draw a card. Give us another press the advantage. I think we'll have to hold on to that. Then let's score for 2. putting it down to 0. We'll end our turn there. So we'll get Spider-Man into the fray and martial prowess. So this gets 1, that gets 1. That gets 1. That gets 1. And that gets 1. Alright, so that has 1, that has 6, that has 5, that has 4. So Thunderball is going to now be the active villain. He's going to attack for 2. We're going to defend. So he'll do 2. And then there's a boost. So if this attack is undefended, discard an upgrade you control. It's not. And then so there's 2, so it's a wash. There's no damage. Now after he attacks, we deal 1 damage to each character you control, so we're down to 9. And then we'll get. I've been waiting for this. The active villain heals 3 hit points and give that villain a tough status card. So there's no damage to him, so he just gets a tough status card. So we'll spend 2. To play Cloak of Levitation. So we exhaust it. So bring Doctor Strange back up. And then let's exhaust that. So let's just ping that tough off. And then let's draw. Let's see, we'll get a Sync to Santorum, Magic Blast, and Spider Girl. That's round 2. So there's 1, 1, 1. And 1. That's 2, 7, 6, 5. Remains on Thunderball, so he's going to attack. We'll defend. So we'll do 2, and there's the boost. Move the active character to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. If you're a hero form, that villain attacks you after this attack, and that attack does not get the boost card. So the least threat will go to record. So it's 2 and 2. No damage there. And then Record's going to attack for 3. It's going to be undefended, so he's going to hit for another 2. So that's going to be 5. 6. So that knocked us down to 3. Then our counter card, the Escape Convict. It's a main 1 scheme 1 attack with 2 hit points, and it's going to gain Surge. So then we'll also draw a Corrupt Prison Guards, a 0 scheme 2 attack minion, 3 hit points, and has Guard. So that really, really sucks. we are going to have to go into alter ego mode real quick. Maybe next turn. Let's see. We'll do 2. Put Spider Girl in. She's a 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attacks. She'll take a damage from using one of those abilities, 2 hit points. You have to play Spider Girl from your hand because something confuse that minion. So we will with a prison guard or spade convict. He doesn't scheme, but he'll attack, and he does 1 and 1. Yeah. So I confuse him. Spider Girl's going to attack the prison guard for 2. She'll take a damage. We'll exhaust Cloak of Levitation there. Ready Doctor Strange back up. And Doctor Strange will attack for 1. And he'll take out the guard. It's going to be our turn there. So we'll draw into Astral Projection. Moment of Triumph, which is okay. And then Insta Fray. So up to round 3. I find 3 on my dice. There we go. Let's see what I want to do here. What do we want to do? Let's go 3. Alright, so let's go 3. Now, put Spider-Man in. He's a 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack. He'll take a damage using those abilities, 3 hit points. And has a response after you play Spider-Man from your hand. You get to choose thwart or attack. Spider-Man gets to do +2 to the chosen power to the end of the phase. Let's choose attack. So he'll do 2, 4 to record. Put him down to 12. Take a damage. Let's use Doctor Strange and we'll thwart for 2. Breakout. Then let's exhaust the cloak to ready him back up. And to do one on toward again on Day of Reckoning. We'll end our turn there. So then we'll get Eye of Agamotto, Sorcerer Supreme, Power All of Us, and Mystical Studies. So that goes to 1. That goes to 1. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll go to 8. That goes to 7. And that goes to 6. And then, so Thunderball will be active player, or active villain, I should say. He's going to attack. We'll defend with Spider Girl. So he'll do 2, 4, taking Spider Girl out. And then deal 1 damage to each character you control. So 1 to Spider-Man, 1 to us, putting this down to 2. And he's stunned, so that's going off. And then we'll get Tactical Prowess. So we'll reveal, move all threat from the side scheme with the least threat to the side scheme with the most threat. If the side scheme's force responsibility is not triggered, display this card gains surge. So least threat to the most threat. So it's only up to 9. So it's going to gain surge. Then we will get Ball and Chain. It's a weapon attached to Thunderball. If the Thunderball attacks, you're going to place 1 threat of the main scheme as a hero action. Exhaust your hero and discard 1 card at random from your hand to discard this card. And that gives them +1 attack. It's round 4. We are down to 2 hit points. So let's do this. Let's do 2. They power us, so double resources for basic cards. To play Portal Social Spring to increase our hand size by 1. We'll spend another 2 to play Ai Agamotto. It's 2 cost upgrades. A hero resource is lost to Ai Agamotto during a wild resource. We will exhaust Doctor Strange to pay 1 for images of icon to confuse the villain, remove 4 threat from the scheme and place this card indication in this card pile. So confuse the villain, so Thunderball is not confused. Remove 4 threat from the scheme. So this is almost at the threshold, so we will take 4 off of that. Put that down to 5. We will ready that up to ready Doctor Strange again. Then let's we'll exhaust Doctor Strange to get rid of Ball and Chain. We can't discard a card at random from our hand because we don't have any more cards, so that's just going to go away. Then we will flip over the Alter Ego there and end our turn. And then we'll get a Spiritual Meditation, a Helicarrier, a Genius. Actually, I was supposed to flip this over. That's alright. Magic Blast, Coin Carrier, and Magical Enhancements. So this increased by 1. This goes to 1. That goes to 6. This goes to 8. And that goes to 7. Bulldozers now. The main villain. We are also Eagle, so he will scheme for 2. Which is to put this at 10. So we have to discard the top 10 cards from our deck and remove all but 3 threat from the spin. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That goes down to 3. He's confused. That goes bye-bye. Then our encounter card will be Bull Rush, Boom Reveal, Alter Ego, Bulldozer Schemes, and discard the top card of your deck for each threat placed by his activation. So he's going to scheme for 2. So we discard 2. Then we draw another encounter card. We decked ourselves. All right, so let's go ahead and heal ourselves for 5. This is round 5. So heal ourselves for 5. And let's discard Vapors of Baltimore. You get 7 rings of raid, and that's what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and flip this over. Spin 0 for Spiritual Meditation. So we'll draw 2. Discard 1. Let's get rid of magical enhancements. All right, let's do the cloak. Raise ourselves back up. Then we'll spend 1 for a Helicarrier. Play 7 Rings of Vagador. So give the 3 characters a tough status card and place this in vacation discard pile. So Spider-Man get a tough. We'll get a tough. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's do this. So he's so exhausted. Let's go 2, 3. Let's play Twin Carrier. Twin Carrier, play only via generating as an identity trait, and the Avenger trait, and exhaust Twin Carrier during a wild resource. We'll spend 2 to put Wasp into play. So she's 0 cost ally, 1 threat, 3 attack, 0 hit points. She's an Aerial Avenger, so she gets 1 hit point for each pimp counter on her. And when Westburn is played, place 1 pimp counter on her, so maximum of 3 for each energy resource you overpower for boss cost. So it's using Iagamotto and Queen Carrier to generate 2 energy resources. We'll give her 2 pimp counters. And then next is off the cloak to raid Dr. Strange, to exhaust him, to spend 1, to pay 7 Rings of Vagador. So to give up the 3 characters a tough status card, to play this card in invocation discard pile. So Spider-Man will get a tough. Boss will get a tough. And we'll get a tough. So we will end our turn there. So we'll get a Magic Blast. Long into the fray. I'm going to Triumph. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we got a Source Supreme, so I give a 6 Astral Projection. So this will go to 3. That'll go to 2. That'll go to 7, 6, 8, 2, 7, 6, 8. So we'll go over to Pile Driver. So Pile Driver is going to attack for 3. We'll just defend with nah, we're not going to defend anymore. Nah, we're going to defend, but we'll just take the tough. Hit the tough off. Then Skate Convict heals for 1 out of 4. We'll get a counter card from him. So our first one for decking myself is the Headbutt. So when reveal this card, 1 card at range from your hand. If you are in hero form, take damage equal to that card's permanent cost. If you are in alter ego form, play straight on Bulldozer side scheme equal to that card's permanent cost. So let's see what happens. Pretty sure I ain't have any zeros in my hand. Let's do this one. Ouch! 3. I didn't want to get rid of Magic Blast. We're down to 1. Man, that's what I wanted to do. And a second one. Oversized hands. When revealed, this card the support you control with the highest cost and no support with this card this way plays 2/3 on the active villain's scheme. So bye bye Queen Carrier. That sucked. Alright. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and attack the Escape Convict. Actually, no, because he's still going to have 1 left. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. So I don't want to go back to mode yet. I don't want to go to hero mode yet, alter ego yet. Let's do one, 2, 3. Put in Wong, so he's a 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. He's a mystic, so we can exhaust Wong to choose either heal damage or identity, or just cut a top card invocation deck. Now we're gonna heal up 1 damage. Yeah. And that's all we're gonna do. So we'll get actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do nothing yet. So is that 7, 2, it's 8. What was else? Take off 4 for 2. Bring it back up. The cloak. 4 for another 2. Yeah. So then we'll get, that's for the Mystic Arts. Energy. Other massive Mystic Arts is 4. Centuries 5. Minus assault 6. So that's 4. That's 3. That's 8. That's 5. And that's 7. 3, 8, 5, 7. So we go back on the ball. Thunderball's going to attack. We will block with Spider-Man. So he does 5. So there you go, Spider-Man's tough. Then after your Thunderball attacks, you deal 1 damage to each character you control. So 1. That tough goes away. 1 to Wong. 1 to us. Spider-Man is now gone. So Economy is going to attack for 1. We have to defend. We'll just defend, just to block it, and then the encounter card. The buddy system. Choose a villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Reveal the top card of his top of his deck. Top 2 cards instead if he's the only villain in play. So choose the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. So that would be Wrecker. The active villain heals 3 hit points and give him a tough stats card. So he's up to 15. And he's now tough. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. First off, let's raid the cloak. Raid Doctor Strange. Let's see here. I need to get rid of that tough. Attack. Bring that tough off. I have Spend 1 to play a Master of Mystic Art. So play the printed cost of the top card of the invocation deck, resolve a special ability, then place it back on top of the invocation deck face up. And spend 2 for Crimson Band's Acidorak. So it's a 2-cost event. So stun the enemy and deal 7 damage to it and place it in the discard pile. So stun the enemy, deal 7 damage to it. So it puts it on the 8. And it goes back on top. And then let's have Wasp attack for 3, put him down to 5. She'll take advantage. So 1 attack for 2. Just to get rid of the minion. Should I just get rid of the minion? Yeah. Just to get rid of the minion so it goes in Rebecca's pile. He's going to take a damage. And then let's do Agamotto 3 to play Magic Blast. So deal 5 damage to an enemy and discard the top card of your deck. If that card primary cost is physical, we stun the enemy. Energy, you deal 2 damage to the enemy. Mental to confuse, and wild is all the above. So we'll deal 5 damage to the enemy. So, and that was a bit of a waste. So we just killed them off. That's all right. So record's gone. Or I could keep recurring and yeah, let's do that. So it says 2 in enemies, so it doesn't have to be that active. So let's do 5 to. So he's at 5. So find the Thunderball. Puts him down to 11. Then it's an energy, so we deal additional 2 damage to him. Puts him down to 9. So let's see, do I want to go have what alter ego, then we'll end our turn. Don't want to, but I got 1 hit point left and I don't want to risk drawing on the counter card like, oh, you get the villains or whatever. So then we'll get endurance, martial prowess, protective ward, recuperation, 2, 3, 4. Magic enhances is 5. Protective ward is 6. All right. Only thing is I'm not sure is that since yeah, record's still in place, so I ain't worried about it. So that goes to 5. We can take care of that. So that goes to 4. 9, 6, 7, 4, 9, 8, 8. So Thunderbolt's still active. So he's confused, so he can't scheme. Then we'll get Angel Projectiles, one reveal, deal 1 damage to each friendly character you control. You gotta be kidding me. Seriously? So my alter ego I'm always going to deal 1 damage to Wasp, so Wasp's gone. 1 damage to Wong, so Wong's gone. And 1 damage to me, even though I'm still in alter ego mode, there's nothing I can do about it. Actually, no, because that's hero interrupts. So yeah. I gotta take it out on some BS. Alright, so game 1 goes to the Wrecking Crew. Game 2, hopefully I'll come back. So yeah. That's the game. Go ahead and like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell for notifications on new content that I put out. And as usual, go ahead and share to spread the word on the new channel. And let's support the community. Other than that, have a good day. I'll see you guys later.